Hey, how's it going? It is the 31st of December. This will be my last video of 2024. And if you're watching this past midnight, Happy New Year. Hopefully 2025 will be kind to us. But anyway, I had nothing special planned. I just really wanted to talk about this. Rivals has been killing the game. They are doing numbers. And I, after playing since launch, am slowly losing interest. You know why? Ask me who my mains are. Do it. They're not in the game. That's why. Now for this video, I'm going to be building my top 3 most anticipated characters, and yeah, they're all DPS. Don't freaking judge me, bro. I don't know if these characters that are stuck in my head fit in any other place besides DPS, but yeah, there's no other tanks or supports that I would like to see in the game personally. I know there's a ton of leaks, but it is what it is. Ultron seems awesome, but I don't really care for playing support. If he's cool enough to get me into support, so be it. But for tanks, I don't care for the Thing. Who else would be a tank from Marvel? Colossus? I don't freaking care. And then I genuinely can't think of anyone else who could be a tank. But anyways, starting this video off, I want to talk about Blade. Yes, I know there's rumors, leaks perhaps, of Blade's existence in the game files. But I'm basically gonna talk about what I want him to be like and all the abilities that I think would be cool if these characters that I chose for this video have. You know what I'm saying? I flippin' love Blade. I love Blade. And Wesley Snipes is stone cold. Unfortunately, his trilogy kind of blew chunks, except for maybe the first one. Then I genuinely don't remember the second movie. And then the third one is memorable just because of Ryan Reynolds and Triple H, bro. I still can't believe Triple H was in that movie. Anyway, moving on. Let's talk about Blade's abilities. We all know, maybe you don't, Blade is the Daywalker. He's a vampire who can walk during the day outside, you know? And that's what I'm calling his passive, Daywalker. Now, hey, I'm just using my imagination. You know what I'm saying? This one's kind of stupid because I couldn't think of anything else that could be for Blade, but I think it's kind of cool. Daywalker in Marvel Rivals maps, there's day-night cycles. Some of them, I think. I don't think all of them have day-night cycles. Either way, I think it would be cool if Blade gets a buff during the night and a buff of a different kind during the day. Now, hear me out. Hear me out. It gets cooler. Let's say during the day, he gets more health, and during the night, he gets a defense buff. Potentially a damage buff. Whatever you guys think sounds cooler. I think the damage buff sounds kind of broken, but I mean, everyone's broken in this game. What can you do? That's what makes the game great. Now, listen to this. This is why I think this passive is awesome, okay? Sounds kind of stupid on paper. Wait till you put them with Blade's team-ups. Okay, now I mentioned some maps have day-night cycles. Let's say the devs make all maps have day-night cycles. Okay, there's also characters that affect the weather and whatnot, you know? How about Storm has a team-up with Blade where she changes the time of day? You know what I'm saying? In a way that buffs Blade the way the person playing Blade would like it too. Same with Moon Knight. He got the moon powers and whatnot, where it's just gonna tell Khonshu, hey Khonshu, take a sabbatical real quick. Pull up the sun. Give Ra some time to shine. You know what I'm saying? And then if Blade wants a damage buff or some shit, he's like, hey Khonshu, pull up, bro. And then he does just that. He pulls up. But anyway, I think that's epic. Personally, maybe that's stupid. I think it's epic. Whatever. Let's talk about his E ability. These are gonna sound extremely edgy, but hey, I'm not a game dev. I'm just a dude. I call this one Night Rush. God, I hate myself. In the character model people found, he has a big sword. With his E ability, Blade will throw, well, his blade at someone. Hit or miss. If you press E again, Blade will dash to his sword wherever it may have landed, pulling it out, dealing damage to the person it hit, or getting closer to his target. Simple. His shift ability, I'm calling Feeding Frenzy. Again, simple. Blade will get angry, take off his glasses, unleash his vampiric urges. His basic combo will be swapped for a period of time while his shift is active to a claw and bite attack, dealing damage to anyone he hits while also healing him. Bro's got life steal. When it ends, he goes back to normal. His right click, I'm calling back to back. Don't ask me why. I just think it sounds cool. Blade has his massive sword as well as dual pistol. He can swap two if he like for a more range option. It doesn't have to be a ranged character. Either way, he can just use his ability whenever. Blade will get in there. If he presses right click, he pulls out both pistols, his arms outstretched, and will shoot in opposite directions, hitting and dealing damage to whoever is across from him. Now, I called it back to back because what if he had a team up with someone who also has a gun, and then they go back to back and do what I just said the ability does? You know what I'm saying? His Q, his ultimate ability, will be Blood Hunt. If you press Q while an enemy is in range, Blade will bite their neck, healing him and dealing damage. If the bite kills the enemy, Blade will get the ultimate again, so he can use it on someone else. So hypothetically, Literally, he could keep healing and keep killing people. Unlike Bucky's bitch-ass ult, where you can hit someone, not kill them with your ult, but still, if they die by any means, then you still get your ult back. Sure, it's fun. This is not how the ult should be, though. The ult should be you kill someone, you get it back. Miss a couple bullets or any abilities, and then your teammate kills them, but you get your ult anyway. Also, his ult should not work on Loki clones. What are we doing? Anyway, no. That's it for Blade. I think he sounds awesome. I'm excited to see what the devs are gonna do when they put them in the game. But that's what I think would be awesome for Blade. Moving on. This one I feel is a no-brainer. Frankly, surprised he wasn't already in the game. Let's talk about the Ghost Rider. To be fair, there have been a lot of Ghost Riders in the Marvel comics, as well as movies and TV. So it doesn't have to be Johnny Blaze. But Johnny Blaze is the most iconic one. Might as well. Considering the amount of Ghost Riders that have existed throughout Marvel comics and whatnot, there's a ton of source material for Ghost Rider skins in the game. Of course, NetEase are making their own concepts for skins for every character, which is awesome. But remember that time when Ben 10 had a cold and he turned into Heat Blast? Give me a Ghost Rider with blue fire, please. Anyway, I don't have any more jokes for a Ghost Rider. He's just awesome. So let's move on to his abilities. For his passive, I think it could go two ways. First, I mean, we know that Ghost Rider used to collect contracts for the devil, so it could be a contract killer type thing where when he gets kills, he gets a buff or something like that. But I couldn't think of anything that stands out, really. So passive, give me Chosen Rider. You know, when Mantis is out of combat and she gets movement speed? I'm unimaginative. Give that to Ghost Rider, and instead of just movement speed, he gets a motorcycle. Thank you. And as for team-ups, so Ghost Rider has this thing where anything he rides gets a Hellfire upgrade, becomes bigger, faster, better, stronger. You know what I'm saying. All that good stuff. How about for his team-ups? He just starts riding.
What did he say?
Punisher puts down his turret. Ghost Rider just gets on top of it, becomes bigger, shoots fire. Maybe Ghost Rider gets his own seat, so it's a double. Bro, oh my god, I'm a genius. How about Penny Parker? He jumps on top of her, just like Rocket and Jeff the Land Shark jump on Groot. And then Spider becomes a giant Hellfire machine. Bro, would that not be awesome? Come on. Moving on. His basic attack, simple. He has two chains. Chain whip, easy enough. His shift, chain lasso, again, quite simple. But let's put some sauce on it. When you hold shift, he swings the lasso, cowboy style. When you let it go, he throws it. Then it becomes an area of effect, big little circle. Whoever's in the circle gets hooked. But if there's more than 3 people in the circle, instead of Ghost Rider hooking people towards him, Ghost Rider gets hooked towards the people. Now, yeah, it's a double-edged sword. He gets hooked himself towards multiple people, but they also get stunned for a little bit. So Ghost Rider's team can also take advantage of that. As well as that, you could also just not be in the area of effect. His E will be Chain Slam. Ghost Rider will reel back his chains, toss him up, slam him down in a straight line. Fire will spew out. Anyone hit in the AoE gets fired. They got a little fire effect on them. They take damage over time. Ghost Rider's right click will be Demon Leap. Or these are getting edgier and edgier. I don't mean to do this. I just don't know what to call the freaking move. He will jump in the air, slam down, fire effect around him. People hit by the fire effect will be fired, as aforementioned. Pretty much just Wolverine's ult except fire. Moving on to his Q, his ultimate ability. We gotta give Ghost Rider the penance stare, right? This might be a bit too deep, but I think it's cool. First of all, with the penance stare in the comics, Ghost Rider tends to grab people, look them dead in the eyes, and show them all the sins they've committed throughout their life, make them feel bad, kill them from the inside. How about when Ghost Rider does it in game? He will grab someone. Of course, give me some cool camera POVs. Would it not be sick if you get grabbed by Ghost Rider's ult and then you go first person and you just look him in the eyes? Or if you're playing Ghost Rider and you grab someone and the camera goes like to the right of him, right? So you can see Ghost Rider looking at the person, or you go first person as Ghost Rider and you're just staring at them. That'd be freaking awesome. But anyway, whoever Ghost Rider grabs, the penance stare will do damage to the opponent, of course, but it's percent damage and it scales based on how many eliminations the opponent has. So this could destroy a DPS or severely wound the support or a tank. Of course, it's his ult, so let's give him fired as well. Whoever gets penance stared gets also fired. Look at my balls. Hey, I think it sounds cool. No? No? I know, it's a bit too far, but I think it's cool. Last but not least, the meat and potatoes of this video. I can't make a Marvel Rivals video without talking about the man, the myth, the legend, the merc with the mount.
Your host, the anti-hero for hire, the mask for your task, the guy who won't die, Deadpool! And remember, viewers, I'm available for Black Ops missions, assassinations, and birthday parties.
Now look here. I can't live another day without Deadpool being in the game. There's so many teasers in the game itself, and you just can't have a Marvel game without Marvel Jesus. You can't. Now let me get this off the table. I've said this in all my Marvel Rivals videos. When they put Deadpool in the game, if he is not voiced by Nolan North, I will flip out. I will take Ryan Reynolds, though not plausible, but anyone else besides Nolan North, I will commit felony battery on a police officer in game. Anyway, skins, give me $20.99 Deadpool. I doubt they're gonna do gender swapped voice lines, but give me Ladypool. No particular reason. No reason. Give me Weapon X Deadpool. Do it now. For the abilities. Now, Deadpool here, I did two options. Either double passive, and I'll explain why. That's because Deadpool is notorious for his healing factor. They need to have something like this in the game. That is the only thing that sets Deadpool apart from any other Marvel hero. Oh, you're gonna say, yeah, man, he's a skilled mercenary. He's got a lot of weapons, and he breaks the fourth wall. He's got voices in his head. Okay, everyone does flips and lots of people got weapons, and Moon Knight has a god in his head.
There's a god living in my head.
I don't want to hear it. So what I'm saying is Deadpool is also known for his arsenal. So one of his passives I'm calling Arsenal. Deadpool's got dual katanas. He can swap to dual shotguns. He can swap to dual pistols. I could go more, but I think that's enough. Now I said it could go double passive because his healing factor could be a passive. Maybe when he's out of combat he heals. Or his healing factor could be an ultimate. I'll explain that later as well. But if we're doing healing factor passive, it could be, like I said, if he's out of combat, he heals. But that's too basic. How about when he gets shot, he loses limbs. They drop to the ground. If he picks them up from the ground by walking over them, he gets healed. Of course, that means if he loses his arm, then he has only one katana, right? If he loses two arms, then he's defenseless. How about his basic attack then becomes a drop kick? He's still gotta pick up his arms though. Moving on. Deadpool's E. I mentioned the katana, the pistols, the shotguns. Okay. When Deadpool has his katanas out, his E, he will run at a straight line, waving his arms around, katanas wielded. Anyone caught in that line that he's running gets sliced. Or maybe they just bring back what they did in the Deadpool game back in 2013. Underrated, goated game, by the way, where he just gets momentum and then he starts sliding on the floor, breakdancing, katanas in hand. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm calling this move slice and dice. Simple, to the point. If he's got his shotguns out, his basic attacks will be boom, boom, boom. They do a lot of damage, of course. Punisher's shotgun does a lot of damage. But of course, there's drawbacks. Low ammo, slow firing rate, close distance. Simple. His E, with the shotguns, he will put them together, fire at once, dealing an immense amount of damage to anyone close enough to the impact. They get messed up. Call that the double pump. I know it's different in Fortnite. Stop talking. I also said he has pistols. Again, simple to the point. His E will be trigger finger. Pistols will be doot, 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 doot. When he presses his E, it will be head ass. Need I say more? He'll just shoot faster. Comparable to that of Lucian's ultimate from League of Legends. I'm not going to talk about League of Legends anymore. Deadpool's right click will be chimichanga. Hear me out. There's not much to say about this. Deadpool will throw a chimichanga at someone, blinding whoever he hits, as there'll be a tortilla on their face. If he hits someone, he can throw another one, and another one, and another one. As long as he's hitting people, the cooldown recharges. If he misses, there's a cooldown, and as drawback, just freaking stun him. If he gets webbed by Penny Parker as he's throwing it, then it won't get thrown and it goes on cooldown. Simple. Changa blind, baby. Deadpool's shift. I don't know if you know this. Deadpool has a teleport.
You know, we should probably explain to the player how our teleporter works.
It runs on kitten farts.
No, really. All the nerds out there will want to know.
Fine. For the purposes of creating an entertaining mechanic that players can employ to achieve an optimal amount of fun factor, we limited our teleporter to a shorter range than usual.
Yay!
In the Deadpool game, he uses it as a parry. In the MCU, he got it from Cable and used it to go to Earth 616 or time travel. But canonically, I suppose that would be his teleport from the comics and the game. So Deadpool gets 3 that recharge over time, similar to that of Iron Fist's quadruple jump, but Deadpool can use a long distance one. His second one will be way less range, and his third one that he uses will be even less than that. So drawback of spamming the teleport to get away from opponents is that you can't keep teleporting all the way to Narnia. You know what I'm saying? The Narnia teleporter will be only the first one he uses. Now for his ultimate. Again, it could go multiple ways. First off, I mentioned that his passive could be the healing factor. It could also be his ult. Deadpool's a DPS. He dies a lot. If he pops his ult, maybe he just gets a perma heal, you know? Or let's just say his health doesn't deplete and the animation would be that of getting shot and then there's just holes in his body and then they're just closing up really quick. But that ult would be very simple. Another one could be, I mentioned the arsenal. He has multiple weapons. Say he just pulls out 2 RPGs. Again, very simple. Dual RPGs, just freaking shoot him and deal a lot of damage. What I want, I don't know if y'all read or watched Chainsaw Man. I haven't read it, so don't spoil it for me. But there's a character called Aki who during the first season of the anime has a pact with a demon in which said character will target an enemy and then a giant dog head will bite said enemy. Well, Marvel Comics paid homage to that by giving Deadpool literally the same attack. I think it would be epic if that's in the game. Let's say he clicks Q and then you go into first person where you're looking through the hole and then when you left click to engage, the head pops up and AoE eats where Deadpool was pointing at. Would that not be awesome? I think it would. But that is it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, like the video so more people can see it. Subscribe to the channel because it helps more than you think and it makes my day. It's great. Thank you for watching. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. Have a good 2025. Goodbye.